Hi, I'm Wanda Bowman. And many of you know I've written a book called Building Your Financial Empire, One Brick at a Time. The purpose of that book was to talk about success and how you can achieve success by simple things in life. And one of the things that I talk about in my book is focus. So I want to talk to you a little bit about focus. Focus means paying so careful attention of the goal that is in front of you and so careful attention to your purpose in life that you're not dissuaded by spectators or naysayers. And when you focus, you're not looking to your left nor to your right, but you're focused on the task at hand. You're just one thought away when you focus on achieving that goal or acquiring the success in life that you are shooting for. But the problem with many of us is that we're so busy focusing on other people's opinion about us that we take our eyes off the prize. But a wise woman once told me that other people's opinion of you or their perception of you is none of your business. Your business in life is not to worry about spectators or naysayers, but your business is to stay focused on the prize. That's all you got to do. Stay focused. Once you lose focus, you lose your ground. You lose your position. But when you focus on what you are to do, you will achieve that goal. And it's reminded me of the game of basketball. Many of you know about the game of basketball, how you get into the game and you try to make a basket by shooting a ball into a hole. And many times as you go to that hole to shoot that ball, you may get fouled. Somebody may hit you hard, knock you down to the ground. And a lot of times, if it's a good foul, you get a second chance. A lot of times life presents second chances. Maybe you don't get it right the first time because you let someone distract you. But oftentimes we get a second chance. And when we get a second chance, we got to make that chance count. And so when that basketball player goes to that free throw line, there's people in front of him waving all kinds of things to distract him. There's team members from the other team on the sidelines saying, miss, you're going to miss. But that basketball player, if he has had training and has been disciplined enough, he knows that the only thing that matters in that basketball arena is that hoop and that hole in front of him. And as he dribbles that ball, he begins to stay focused, laser-like focus, and he begins to aim for that ball or aim that ball for that hole so he can shoot that ball into that hole. And that's what many of us need to do today. We need to focus in on that goal. I'm reminded of Joseph. Joseph is a Bible character. And Joseph was a dreamer. He was his father's favorite child. His father saw leadership ability in him. And Joseph, as a result of his father's confidence, he began to dream dreams and have visions. And one dream he dreamt that his brothers was bowing to him and his father. They were serving him. And he told the dream to his brothers. A lot of times we make a mistake. When we have a goal or dream, we tell people that are not for us and they shoot it down. And so Joseph didn't know at the time that his brothers were not for him because they also saw that leadership ability in him. A lot of times people see in us what we don't see. And a lot of times you wonder why there's so much opposition. There's so much negative thoughts focused toward you. And because people see in you what you don't see. They see that there is leadership, that there is success in you. And a lot of times we get distracted because we think that it's a negative thing, but a lot of times it's a positive thing. The thing that people are telling you can't do, that's probably the thing that you're meant to do in life. And I want to tell you and share my story with you. I remember when I was in the first grade and my mom and dad, they fell into difficult times and we were disrupted from our home and we had to move into another area of the city of Detroit. And I remember it was in the middle of the school year, and I loved my school. I had just graduated from kindergarten, and I was having my own desk. I didn't have to sit at the round table, and I felt like a big girl. And now I was being disrupted and removed and taken to a place that I'd never been before. And I didn't know what to expect, and I was so afraid. And I remember this morning, it was raining, and my mom got me dressed for school. And she combed my hair. She said, Wanda, we're going to your new school. And so I remember when we went to the school, this school had a separate building for the kindergartners and the first graders. And the second graders through the seventh grade, they were in the big building. And I remember we walked into this 2-classroom building. And we went to the building or the classroom to the right. I remember it so vividly as if it was yesterday. And as the assistant principal introduced my mom and me to the teacher, she said, this is Mrs. Hopkins, and this is her daughter, and they're going to be a part of our school for this semester, and they want to be a part of your classroom. And the teacher looked at me, and I was a tiny rut. I was little. I was probably 2.5 feet. Looked like I was 3 instead of 6. And she looked at me and said, no, 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 no. She is not going to be in this classroom. We've already been situated. We've already started our lesson plan, and I do not have time to reteach her what I've already taught the students. Oh, my heart dropped. And I looked up at my mom's face and to see exactly how she was taking this news. And my mom's face was resolute. She didn't blink. She didn't look like it even fazed her. And so the assistant principal said, let's go to the other classroom and see if they have room. And before the assistant principal could begin the introductions, my mom opened up her mouth and said, Wanda, this is Wanda. She is an excellent reader. And I said, wow, what is that about? I didn't see that coming. And so the teacher looked at me and like very skeptical. Oh, yeah, right. And so she said, here, read this book. And she threw the book at me to read. And all of a sudden I became fearful. But I heard the words that my mom said, Wanda is an excellent reader. And I began to listen to that. I said, okay, I got to go. I got to prove her right. I can't prove my mom wrong. My mom, she went to bat for me. She cheered me on. She is my biggest cheerleader right now. And I cannot fail her. So as I opened up the book to read, I approached that book as if it was a script. And I was playing a part that I needed to get. I needed to just nail this part. And I began to read, and the other children in the class, they had been talking. They stopped talking and looked. And I said, oh my God, I'm on Front Street. And I opened up that book. And the words that my mom said, Wanda is an excellent reader. It rang in my ears. And I began to read that book. And as I read the words that was on the page in front of me, it sounded so good to me. And the teacher looked at me. She grabbed me and she hugged me. She said, oh my, you are an excellent reader. Yes, you can come in this classroom. And all of a sudden, a 2.5-foot ruddy child began to feel 10 feet tall. And I looked around the room and everybody was looking at me with amazement. And I felt so good. And it seemed like the heavens opened up and the angels were singing hallelujah. I felt so good. And the lesson I learned that day, that when someone says that you can't do it, doesn't matter who said you can't, but if somebody that's in your corner says that you can do it, you can do it. And I walked into that classroom feeling like I had achieved the ultimate goal in life. And this is what I want to share with you on today. It doesn't matter who rejects you. It doesn't matter who says you can't make it. There's one person that says you can. God said you can do all things through him that strengthens you. And it's important that you focus on that goal and not worry about sidebars, not worry about spectators or naysayers. But if you have a purpose in life and you know that purpose, then you need to do everything you need to accomplish it. You need to practice. And one of the things that made me successful in reading that book is I read every day. I read every day at home, all through summer. I stayed in a house and read because reading was my passion. And as a result of me preparing, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I want to tell you on the day, it doesn't matter who says you can't do it. As Anne Rand said, one philosopher, she said, it doesn't matter who says I can't. If I can do it. And Bruce Lee said it so eloquently. Success is but an average man with laser-like focus. So I want you to know that if you focus on your goal, whether it be saving, money, whether it be investing in your 401k, whether it be applying for a new job, if you focus on the task at hand and prepare for it mentally and do everything necessary, whatever it takes to do to get that goal achieved in life, if you focus, you can achieve that goal. So again, I want to say unto you, the only thing that matters is your focus in life.